Elliot is replacing Sean Barrowbow, who was down to speak but prepared to wince, snapped his Achilles, so wasn't able to make it. Elliot's here to talk about apps.
Hi there. I asked if I snapped my Achilles if I didn't have to come as well, but apparently that wasn't the case. So I'm the product manager at App Studio, which is a digital publishing solution to help you publishers get onto tablet devices. So as we've just heard, Sean unfortunately snapped his Achilles, so I dusted off the paint off my face, found something more appropriate to wear, and I'm now here to talk to you about how we're going to get you onto tablets and mobiles. So the first place to start is around content consumption. Traditionally, it was just print and web, and if you look several years back, that was pretty much all it was, but since then we've had e-readers, tablets, and smartphones come along. So we've got new ways to consume our content. Unfortunately, with the sheer number of devices, it makes our mobile delivery really complicated. There's different screen sizes, operating systems, etc. In fact, this slide is probably out of date already. So to help explain the fragmentation, I'm going to try and whiz over this really quickly. We know we've got our Apple versus Android versus Windows, and then each one has their different version of the software. Then the manufacturers can install it, but the manufacturers have their own hardware, and on the hardware you have your different app stores, and they're all around in different geographies. So there's a lot to think about. So App Studio is here to help you give you a solution that's right for you. And in fact, we don't care how you create your content. So you might traditionally create it with a desktop publishing tool such as Quark Express or Adobe InDesign, and therefore we support both of those. We also let the coders in the room write their own HTML5 to create interactive pages that they want to look and do features that the desktop publishing tools do. And finally, XML, we can automate your content, which we'll focus on in a bit. App Studio is a cloud-based solution, so you can create your issues, get all your content into the cloud, add your metadata, and do everything from the cloud so everyone in your business can be part of it. And the final piece of the puzzle is publishing from the cloud. So when your issue is ready, you hit publish. And you can publish to our native devices. So you can publish to the iOS, iPad, phone, Android devices. But we also let you publish to computers with our desktop solution, and I'll come on to that in a bit. So if we focus on our native solutions, here we've got the New England Journal of Medicine. They are one of our customers, and they chose to, in fact, customize our native solution rather than just taking the base product to help enhance it for their readers. We have many other automated customers. We work with the British Medical Association with their journal and their best practice app. We've got a few journals from Wiley, and then we've got a few other journals too, Health Affairs, Journal of Hepatology, Society of Petroleum, and IEEE. Our solution doesn't use PDFs and JPEGs like many of the traditional digital publishing solutions, mainly because traditionally they're very flat and boring and give you quite bloated download sizes. So instead, we use HTML5 to display our content, because HTML5 lets you do really interactive things, and most importantly, text is text, which means you get really small download sizes, but you get benefits such as accessibility like voiceover features, and you can search your text, etc. Here's a quick example of what a web app looks like. So it's an app-like experience in your browser. So why stop at just publishing to tablets and smartphones when you can deliver the same experience in a browser to go along your website? I just want to touch on advertising. So far, we haven't really seen any great examples of advertising in digital just yet, but we see the evolution coming. Here's a Channel 4 advert we did, which was very interactive, and we see adverts moving there, which is very important to look at. Another item here to look at is responsive layout, and you can really only deal with this with automation. Your desktop publishing tools aren't going to get you there. So if you can automate it off your base XML to cope for all different screen sizes, then that's the way to go. I thought this was really interesting. In the morning, the paper print is still really big with mobile second. But in the afternoon, most people use the websites, but amazingly, in the evening, the tablets are very popular. So really, you need to cover all platforms. And as a content creator, you have to think about both designing and kind of coding now. There's no easy way to create content that's going to work across all those different devices. and there isn't really a tool to do it. So that's why we believe automation is the way forward, and for that we've got 5 steps. First, you design your branding, and after that you put your multimedia on, like your videos, your images, etc. We take the single source content and create so many different layouts based on your brand, and finally we apply the multimedia. You can grab a white paper of ours by emailing Yasmina there, and it's on the Science of Effective Journal Digital Publishing. And that's all from me.